As a parent, you want your children to be happy, first and foremost. You love your daughter so much. You want to help, but to not be able to, that's heartbreaking stuff for a parent.
Kia ora, I'm Melie Kerr, and welcome to Treading Water, a series where I talk to a range of people about their mental health journeys and how they found hope and continue to find hope when life gets tough. Today, I'm talking to my dad about the impact my struggles had on him as a parent.
The real turning point was 2021 at one of the White Ferns cricket camps, and you rang us to say that you're being sent home, but don't worry, you're fine. And we thought, if Melie's been sent home from a cricket camp, which is a real happy place, this is getting pretty bad. We didn't really quite know that this was spiralling out of control.
For me, one of my biggest helps was when the family came in and seeing you so vulnerable, and you did a little speech.
You came home from the White Ferns camp, and we decided it was family intervention time. We had this huge support group, unbeknown to you, with aunties, uncles, grandparents. I was talking to Susie. I talked about what I was going to say and broke down. And I thought, I'm going to have to practice this a lot so I don't break down tonight. She said, don't practice it. Show your vulnerability. You won't do anything more powerful than that. And a 3-minute speech full of messages around love and hope and getting better and using experts took me 10 minutes because of the non-stop crying and the difficulty to get my words out. And I could see at the time how powerful it was for you. For us, the family intervention was wonderful, but I still think, could we have done that 2 months earlier? And it's a vicious cycle, because you're trying to hide us and protect us from pain, but in actual fact, that causes the most pain. I was scared of saying the wrong thing. I think of Jess, she broke her leg, and you know what to do. You can take her places and they fix the problem, but with mental illness it's so much more complicated. And as a parent, you're not qualified to deal with this sort of stuff. The feeling of not achieving anything other than just worrying, it's one of hopelessness. As sad as it all was, it was just so nice to know we were now all on the same team. You were going to move home, we were heading in the right direction. There was hope, and there are experts that can help. I haven't been through the mental illness that you have, so I don't appreciate how tough it is. You put on this brave face, and that makes it harder. The times you did open up and were vulnerable, that helped us. Finding ways to communicate to your loved ones is so important.
What did you and Mum find the best help for you two, and how to cope with it all?
Finding out how I was going to deal with the helplessness I was feeling, it needed me to go to try and source people who were experts. Joe's sister Susie was amazing. She's worked in this field, and an old friend of mine who works in mental health. I opened up to him a lot and told him how I was feeling, and we were given the opportunity to see your psychologist, and that was a turning point. I mean, there's so many turning points on this journey, but that was a big one for Joe and I. Your psychologist explained a lot of things around how you were feeling. She told us what our role was. She answered our questions. We walked out of that meeting with real belief that things were heading in the right direction. An opportunity. We're very grateful we could have, and I would certainly encourage other parents, if they get the chance, to do the same. Get proper professional help from people who are trained. The helplessness and the sadness stays, but the guilt soon goes. Mental illness doesn't discriminate, so it's not the parent's fault, but you just want to be able to help.
Do you think you have found out a lot more parents in your friends circle and stuff have struggled and have had their kids that have struggled?
With you it became public because you didn't go on the England tour. Pleasingly, and rightly so, you wanted it to be explained that the reason you didn't go on the tour was due to mental health. And so that opened the floodgates, really. I had no idea how many people have been affected by mental illness. The amount of people that would speak to me about their own experiences and the struggles they've had with their children. And it was just nice to be able to talk to people and know that there's so many great stories out there of people getting help, getting better. Mental illness is everywhere, and it's got to be addressed more and more.
How did you find that balance of knowing when to kind of let go a little bit?
The hard part for me, I remember, was it was 21st season for you, so I was unsure about whether going to parties where there was alcohol, and you were obviously needing lots of sleep at that point. I didn't really know what was right, but again the key was communication, and you told us how you were feeling. You told us the importance of you going to these things and integrating back into normal day-to-day life. It was great that the communication was there, that you could tell us that you were making improvements and you needed to move on and do these other things, and you were right. Getting communication going with your child is so important, and that's not easy, and you'll have to show some real patience with that. If the love keeps getting shown, then eventually that communication can start to take place. You don't have to know all the answers, but getting expert help is the key. There's real hope. Things will get better. Show that love, show that communication, and be patient.